Hello, hello, all the lovely
Hey,
listeners out there. Welcome to episode 26 of the Take It with a Grain of Sand podcast. We are your hosts, Mickey P.
and Ricky P.
And boy, oh boy, do we got a show for you. Three segments as always. What are they, Ricky?
Okay, what grinds my gears?
Mm-hmm.
We take a look at a Reddit
Yep.
r slash, and we get to see what's on Nextdoor.
Yep. It's a great show.
Yep.
Keep on listening.
And
And
without further ado, let's get started. Wait, what are you about to say?
no, I want you to say that.
Oh,
Keep
okay.
on listening
Well,
and
without further ado, let's get started with this first segment. Hello, and welcome back to another recurring segment called Next Door. What's happening in the neighborhood, Mickey?
Ricky, I've got a fresh Nextdoor post for you. This was just posted yesterday. I got a notification, and when I read this, I knew I needed to share this with the Take It with a Grain of Sand listeners.
Alright,
So, here we go. I'm gonna read it out. This is from Seamus. All right. He says,
okay.
to the dirtbag who stole my backpack from the Dollar General on Pembroke last night. Dot dot dot. I watched the video and your face is burned into my hippocampus. You can do yourself a favor and bring it back there, or the repercussions will be highly detrimental to your already low quality of life. I promise you'll be the one calling the police. It was my green army fatigue backpack with a gold maple leaf pin on it. You have 72 hours to return it. After that, it's just a matter of time because thieves are right there with pedos in my book. And if you think I'm talking just to talk, remember, I know what you look like and you don't know what I look like. And considering how small Buckrow and Phoebus actually are, it is a matter of time. There was a dot after each one of those. What's your first
Alright.
thoughts on this, Ricky?
Is this a movie?
This is
Like, this just looks like a script for an actual movie.
this
Like, I'm thinking of a movie right now, but I just don't remember the title of it.
Let us know in the comments if you know what
So,
movie Ricky's talking about. This is hilarious. The repercussions will be highly detrimental to your already low quality of life. Who talks like that? Your face is burned in my hippocampus?
I don't even know what hippocampus is.
It's a part of the brain.
Just say brain. Like,
It's
what's the point of
burned
using
into
big
my
words?
hippocampus.
And plus, what are the odds of the thief actually seeing this?
It's sick, Ricky. That is exactly what I'm saying. The thief is on the Nextdoor app.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. And look at this crazy thing he said because thieves are right there with pedos in my book. Pedophiles and thieves are the same to him. That's the same.
No way. Nah,
Child
that's crazy.
molesters and the person that stole his backpack, that's equal to him.
It's just a backpack. I mean, what does it contain? Personal information?
Maybe well, it wouldn't have had his. Okay, let me go into the comments because this adds some context. So one of the comments says, I hope, quote unquote, a matter of time, you take some accountability on getting your belongings stolen. How in the world do you expect the alleged dirtbag, low-life thief to succumb to your demands and threats in the time frame allotted? On an app you expect him to have, all by not knowing what you look like. Well, sir, save the vigilante justice for Liam Neeson in Taken.
Oh, that's the movie I was talking
I
about.
didn't see it, so I don't know what that means,
I
but
mean,
that's hilarious.
it had that. Yep. So it had that one iconic scene that the Terminator knows.
And he got his
Uh,
backpack stolen?
no, it was. It was involved a backpack. It was his daughter who was kidnapped.
Okay.
I think it was this bullshit scene. She was under the bed, talking about how her friend was actually taken, and how she was just sticking to her father. It like how was like say she was taken, and then one of the kidnappers picks up the phone and starts breathing into it. And he starts this whole monologue of, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. Some other real stuff. But then the line goes to, if you return my daughter, it will be fine. But if you don't, I will find you.
And I will kill you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty iconic. I've heard that line before. Okay. Yeah, that's basically what this guy's saying. But the OP replied to this comment and said, because they don't like you carrying a backpack around the store, so I left it right behind the corner as I had done numerous times before. That's the first part. That makes a lot of sense to me. So this
What?
guy must not have a car, and for some reason Dollar General, they don't want you to walk around the store with a backpack. So he goes there all the time for some reason, I guess. That's what it seems like, because he said for numerous times. So he must go to Dollar General all the time, and he's always got a backpack with him, and he can't bring it into the store.
I mean, it kind of makes sense
I
for Dollar General to do that.
that still doesn't make sense to me. Like, why do you go to Dollar General so much?
I mean,
What's in there that
but second of
you
all,
can just buy more?
yeah, like second of all, like if they don't have backpacks, then why don't you just leave your backpack at home?
I don't know. I'm assuming this
Like
is a guy that's
I,
like going to or from work,
yeah, but like
and I'm assuming he doesn't have a car. Maybe maybe it's
yeah,
by a bus stop.
I mean yeah, it could, but if I would have known that they wouldn't actually allow backpacks, I would just actually go home first. I do not trust
No,
my backpack being
leave it
outside like
outside. That
that.
doesn't make sense. But the backpack must not have his wallet in it because he was in the store, which means that he must have had his wallet with him. So what's in the backpack that's so
So
special? Like it must have just been like a uniform or
yeah,
something.
probably.
Okay, let me read the rest of the comment. It says, regardless, you don't take stuff that doesn't belong to you. Take accountability? I bet you'd be singing a different tune if it was your thing stolen. As far as vigilante, never once have the police done anything that's beneficial for me. So therefore, I have no expectations of them doing anything to help. So sometimes you gotta make things happen yourself. You're entitled to your opinions and to make ignorant assumptions. And normally, I wouldn't even entertain responding to such an asinine comment. Wow.
Okay, I don't even know where to begin with that statement. Um, First off, does he know the term vigilante? Like,
Yeah, that's basically what he's saying. Like he is trying to be a vigilante.
yeah,
because he doesn't trust the police. Oh, wait, there was more. It's on the my next screenshot. It says, "But I didn't write this for you. I wrote it for everyone else to read, just to show how warped your viewpoint is. Save yourself some time and don't bother responding, because I know it won't be an apology, and anything else, I don't care."
I really do not feel bad for this guy.
Oh man.
I don't care how many big words you actually say. You're sounding like you're not the victim
It
right
doesn't
now.
sound like the victim at all.
You sounded like a dummy who just left their stuff outside. You're just asking, begging for people to just go up and just take your backpack.
That's what I'm thinking. Ricky, the way he's saying, like, what I agree with some of what he's saying. Like, you should be able to leave your stuff anywhere, and it should be right there where you left it. People should not take things that don't belong to them. You should be able to just leave your stuff and no one steals it, right? That would be in a
Yeah,
perfect world you could do that. We don't live in a perfect world. There is crime, and you have to do your part to prevent yourself from becoming a victim. That's just the reality. So you're going to leave your backpack outside unattended, not even ask anyone to watch it. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? That's how I feel about it. So he is wrong, but like he's making it even worse with these comments. And then
yeah.
guess what? The guy responded, even though Seamus said not to respond. He said, "Don't bother responding." He responded anyway. It goes on. He
Oh
said,
no.
he said, "Asinine comment, question mark. You were allegedly wronged, and the first thing you do is run to the Nextdoor app to make threats and demands. It's pretty obvious you've thrown logic out the window. That being said, please post the vigilante justice once you catch the low quality of life dirtbag, so I and everyone else will see what would happen if we ever decided to steal the unattended backpack from Backpack Man." Backpack.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Backpack man.
And someone replied to that with a picture of some guy with a Batman mask on. It says, "I'm Batman." I'll probably have all this up on the screen. This is all hilarious. Um so
Oh my god.
I've got all the screenshots, so I'll probably put them up. So if you're seeing this is hilarious.
Yes.
Okay, there's so many more. There's a bunch of comments here. It says someone said post a picture of him to find him faster. Someone said, "I swear, Batman." Someone said if he has the app to see this threat, he definitely knows what you look like. Might want to change that profile pic.
Oh,
He's got a
oh
profile
my
pic on the
god.
Nextdoor app. He was talking about how the guy doesn't know what he looks like. He's got a selfie. It just gets funnier and
Wow.
funnier. Um, we got a someone said, "Whoa, got a real tough guy here." And someone else, oh, here's a good one. Someone said, "So what happens if he returns the backpack empty?" And
That's a good
someone
question.
replied to that and said, "Unforeseen technicality."
Oh!
Yep. And the funniest comment of all. Someone commented under the original post with a picture of Backpack Kid. And it says, "Hey man, could you possibly do the Backpack Kid floss if you find it? It'd really help my depression."
I definitely want to see that.
Oh man, that is so funny. Yeah, this is Backpack Man, guys. Everyone listening? Backpack Man is here. He's the hero we didn't deserve, but the hero we have.
Yes! Praise be Backpack Man!
Let Backpack Man live, man. This is wild. Okay, so yeah, that's what's going on the Nextdoor app.
And welcome back to another recurring segment, or I should say, in and out segment,
Yeah.
called Reddit Review.
Mm-hmm. And today we're looking at r slash am I being too sensitive? Hot Reddit right now. I've heard a lot about it, and I had to just take a look and see if we got any juicy posts to talk about here on the podcast. And we sure do. Reddit doesn't
Alright.
disappoint. So here we go. On r slash am I being too sensitive? Someone says, AIBTS, am I being too sensitive? For being disappointed and hurt that my brother won't take time off work to see me graduate. All right, here we go. It says, my
Yeah.
brother and I aren't close. He is 8 years older than me, and we disagree on whether or not I was abused. He believes my mom's version of events over the investigations, the court, and me. I have a superficial relationship with him through his children and took care of him when he had a broken hip about a year ago and hadn't heard much from him since. I reached out to see if he wanted to see me graduate from my master's. He didn't get to see me graduate from high school due to living out of state, and I didn't get to walk for my undergrad due to COVID. I am the only person I have to. Wait, this is written weird. I am the only person to have a college degree, much less a graduate degree, and worked really hard for it and was hoping my brother would see this as a white flag and an opportunity to reconnect. But he told me he has work and his children cannot attend due to school. School being out for one of his children, the other one would have to leave a couple hours early that week before school ends. I am hurt because I really want to have a relationship with him, but when I try to reach out, he gives one word answers unless he needs something. Am I being too sensitive? I feel like I have placed unrealistic expectations on him, but I also feel like asking my brother to be with me during this huge celebration shouldn't be unrealistic. What do you think, Ricky?
Um, I would say no to the extent.
Okay.
I'm unsure with that answer. Like, I could see those arguments. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, I mean, you want to actually, reconnect, and you're not really that close. This could have been a really good bonding thing
Mm-hmm.
going on.
Exactly.
You know, like celebration.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that, you know, all these posts on Reddit about people's personal problems, I think you have to take it with a grain of salt too. Like you have to remember we're only hearing one side of the story as well. Like why wouldn't your older brother want to go to your graduation? I feel like there's a piece missing because just reading this the way that it is and just taking it at face value, I feel like obviously your brother should want to go to your graduation. You're not being too sensitive for being upset that he doesn't want to go. But, and that's just so obvious that I feel like there's a whole other side to this that's missing, you know?
Yeah,
Like, what did
yeah,
you do that your brother doesn't want to be in your life? Like, I get it. Like, you've got an 8 year age difference. That's huge, especially as kids. Like, that's such a big difference. But it seems like your brother would still want to be in your life. So
yeah.
I'm feeling like something's missing here. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about this one. I'm not so sure. Like I don't want to be too quick to jump on this bandwagon because the comments agree with OP that they're not being too sensitive. But I'm not too sure I'm going to be quick to jump on that bandwagon because it just feels like something's missing. There's a piece of this puzzle here that's missing. Like even though he has like he could bring the kids to the graduation. That wouldn't even be
Yeah.
that like I don't think it's kids, I don't think it's work because you can probably take time off. Most people can take off one day. I think that there's something else, like maybe something else in their relationship that this person that their brother feels like they don't want to be in contact with them because they also said that the brother gives them one word answers all the time, and so that's like really hard to get close. Why is that? This is not just about the graduation. There's way more depth to this relationship than what we're seeing in this post,
Hmm.
you know?
Alright. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's find another one. That was the only one I had pulled up, but I want to do one more before we get off of this subreddit. Um, oh, here's one about generational differences. Oh, it's really long though. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but it's titled AIBTS Team's Lack of Response. All right.
Alright.
Okay, let me skip some of the. Yeah. Okay, it says I supervise a team of young adults, all of which are student employees slash academic leaders that belong to Gen Z. I am a millennial who is probably 10 years older. We work at a university, so I know they are constantly busy and stressed out, which I understand. I used to be a student employee too. Every Monday, I draft an email to our team since this job requires everyone to operate largely independently, but it's a chance for me to have us all connect on something at the start of each week. It it details pertinent information and to-do items that need to be completed. I always make sure to include some type of encouraging story. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I know some people appreciate that because they've told me, but I understand others might skip over it. Regardless, I enjoy. Okay, none of that matters. Okay, let's skip.
Alright.
This last week, I had to put my dog down, and it was undoubtedly the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I had her for 10.5 years. She was my absolute best friend. I left work abruptly for a few days to handle it and process the grief. And I know this left some people on the team concerned since this wasn't the norm. I decided in this week's email I should share what happened to my dog and include a picture of us together. Okay. It was tough for me to share it as I am still grieving the loss of my pup, but I thought I owed it to my team because I like to be transparent and a communicative leader. I didn't share the message looking for sympathy or condolences, but I guess I expected to receive some. Our team is large. I oversee 80 people. Um, I only had 5 people reach out to say they were sorry, which left me really upset. Again, I wasn't expecting anything, so I don't know that I have the right to feel frustrated, but I guess there's still a part of me that knows I would never do that, especially to my supervisor. Even if I was busy or stressed or didn't like my boss, I would know to be empathetic and at least say something so they knew they were supported and that their emotions were valid. The lack of response from my team has left me largely in awe, and honestly makes me want to leave because there's clearly a lack of respect and empathy being felt. Additionally, we just had a training, that was in caps, just had a training on the value of empathy 2 weeks earlier, and it seems like the message really just didn't get perceived. Can someone, anyone, please tell me if I'm wrong to feel frustrated and upset and disappointed. I shared this with my fiance, who is grieving the loss of our dog too, and she said that she doesn't agree with them. What are your honest thoughts? All right, is this person being too sensitive?
I believe so.
I'm thinking that they are.
I mean, I mean, what? Because they didn't really say anything about it.
Just because the person didn't get any emails back about it.
Like, okay, it was way to jump on conclusions. Like, oh, jump to conclusions like that.
Just because they
Like,
didn't
what?
email you.
Yeah, like they didn't email you. You just assume that they don't care. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know what's going on in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe they were too busy to actually check that email.
Yeah, exactly. And
Like,
that's what
they did.
they
Or,
acknowledge that.
or maybe they just don't want to know what to say. Somebody
That's
like
also
if I
true.
was actually giving like if I was giving an email like that, I want to know how to respond to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
So,
what I'm thinking as well, Ricky.
uh, nah,
And
that's just kind of not right.
the comments are saying, yeah, you're being too sensitive. They probably just didn't read it. Like,
Nah, they're probably
that's what I'm
like
think. I agree with that.
nah, like it. His mindset, it's probably that they're all in the wrong. They all really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he made this long post,
Mm-hmm.
which I mean, props to the people who actually read it like word for word because I wouldn't even actually do that. I would just skimmed like what you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was
It was
long.
very long. Yeah, but I'm thinking like he says that he oversees college students that are also working. So these working college students, they're working really hard. They're very busy. They probably don't, and he sends emails every week. They probably stop reading after the first two. I'm assuming that they say, like, based on what he said, that these emails say something very similar every week, like what needs to be done and some words of encouragement. And that's what it's gonna say every week. So why would I read all of it? Like I've got more important things to do. They probably didn't read to the end where the person mentioned that they put their dog down. They probably didn't even read that much. The five
No.
responses that OP got were the five people that read through it. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't always read like I get so at work, Ricky, I get over 100 emails a day.
See,
Every
yeah.
single day. I can't read every single one. All
Of
right.
course not. No. Yeah, like no one can.
I a lot of it I just skim through. I'm looking for what's important and then I move on. It's not just, my job isn't just reading my emails. I've got a lot of other things I need to do. So I'm looking at my email for important things that need to be responded to. Everything else just gets marked as read and I move on. Like, uh
Yes.
I fully understand that. And also to your point, not knowing what to say. I don't know what I would say to someone if they told me that they put their dog down. I've never had a dog. You've never had a dog. I know that,
Mm,
dogs are really important in people's lives, but I don't really
yeah.
I don't even I can't relate to that, to the loss of a pet. I can't relate, so I really don't know what to say. And that doesn't mean I'm not empathetic. Like the person kept bringing up being empathetic. That doesn't mean I don't care. I'm not empathetic to what you're going through. I just don't understand. I haven't been through it to know what that's like. and to bring
Yeah,
my own perspective to the situation.
it's hard to respond
It's hard to respond to
to.
that. I mean, any bad news from someone that you're not really that close with, I think is hard to respond to. Like, um, about a year ago, a little over a year ago, I had a coworker that told us that she had just lost her mom. And it's like, that's such a terrible thing to happen. But like, what do you say to a coworker that's going through that? Like, we're not that close. We just work together. So I don't know what you want me to say. I also don't have any experience in that area. My mother's alive. So I can't even bring that piece of relating to the situation. And then on top of that, we're not that close. I didn't say anything, honestly. And that truly does not mean I don't care. I felt awful that she was going through that. She had to take time off. She had to move away. She left the job. She had to move away. I don't know all the details of why, but what I know is that I still cared. Like, she was a very nice lady and I liked working with her, but I didn't see her outside of work. She wasn't my friend. I wouldn't consider her a friend, but she was a nice lady to work with, and I cared that she went through that. It's just, I didn't know what to say. What do you say in that specific situation of someone that's not a family member, not a friend, just so, like an acquaintance or a coworker? I think that OP is being too sensitive because I don't think that they're seeing the other side of it. What if you got that? What do you say? So yeah, I'm thinking OP's being too sensitive on this one. But let us know in the comments what you guys think if you've got differing opinions on these. I'd love to hear another perspective. For this segment, we're bringing back another recurring segment. What grinds my gears? And we love doing this one. We love getting on the podcast and ranting. And today, Ricky's got a rant for what grinds my gears. Take it away, Ricky.
Thank you. So, for the past months or so of us doing podcasts and posting them on YouTube, there has been someone else using the beat, our theme
Mm-hmm.
that we haven't copyrighted,
It goes dun dun dun
that
dun
is
dun
copyrighted
dun
to.
dun 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 dun. Well, y'all heard it. It's
It's that.
it's happening. Okay.
I don't think you need to actually reenact the song, but someone else used that beat. That was a royalty free beat. And it's been getting copyright claim for intros.
Mm-hmm.
Just recently, through the last episode, there was a little cut in the editing. That is because during the first 11 seconds has the intro music playing. So I had to cut it. But here's where inconsistencies come. Because the other episodes, the past episodes, never got that claim.
Mm-hmm.
And Mickey and I we're trying to figure out the situation, what's really going on. Still haven't figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
And and then there's just this song, but so this like artist, I forgot his name, and I forgot the name of the song, but I listened to it, and it was a mixture between like I think I want to say Spanish and English at the same time,
Yeah.
and of course it does use the theme, and I
Yeah.
mean the song is
The thing is that
it's kind of
the
mid.
theme music that we use, I found on YouTube as a no copyright trap beat. I just found it just some no copyright trap beat that I liked. And so what's happening is it's not the person that posted the original beat, it's someone that used the beat the no copyright beat and rapped on it, and now they're claiming our podcast, and it's ruining everything because we barely got any views on the last one. And I know that it's YouTube's system not to, they don't recommend videos that have been copyright claimed. So, like, if you guys didn't hear episode 25, it's because you probably didn't get recommended it because YouTube is like shadow banning it because of this copyright claim. It's very
It really
frustrating. Very frustrating as a
yeah.
content creator, and we there's not really anything we can do besides either stop using the beat, which we don't want to do that, or just
No.
not play it as long without us talking over it at least. And so that's so if you notice that at the beginning of this episode, the intro doesn't play as long as it usually does, that's why.
It, I mean, this house. That's just another thing. Like, it's a copyright free beat. Just
Exactly.
because you use the beat for like your song doesn't make it your
It's not
beat.
your beat. Uh,
But for anything, I actually assumed that it was actually for the original uploader's
that's what I
beat.
thought. Nope.
And like the copyright system must have triggered that video.
Yeah.
Because like this is not the first time this happened. This happened I think it was during the middle of season two, I think. Around that time. Now when I actually check back at it, it's cleared. But back then it was like got like one
And
view,
now,
maybe like
yeah,
two
now
views.
it's too late because we're not gonna recover all the views that we would have had.
And that was a pretty good episode to record too.
Mm-hmm. It's not fair. So,
Otherwise it isn't.
yeah, that's YouTube system. Because we don't really care. Like, we don't make money from these. Like, you'll notice there's no ads on these videos. We don't
No.
make any money. We do this for fun, but we still want it to get out to people that want to hear it. And YouTube's system is that it doesn't get out if it doesn't make money, it doesn't really get promoted. So then it doesn't get out, and that's really disappointing to us, even though this is really just a hobby and we're just doing this for fun. We it's really
Yeah.
disappointing that, people that care about what we have to say aren't getting recommended our podcast. So this is also grinding my gears too, if y'all didn't notice.
No, yeah, yeah, of course.
My
It's for like the both of
it's
us.
the both of us, like my gears are grinded with this. It's very frustrating and there's not a whole lot we can do. Actually, Ricky, I just had an idea. What would be to stop
What?
us from copywriting him?
Nothing?
What if we copyright him for his song? Because he's using our
Yeah, and
theme music.
yeah, and you know what? I think the song was actually created in 2023. And season one was
We
on
were
in 2022. So
kidding me?
yeah, we yeah,
We were already doing our
we used to be
podcast. We had
first.
it first. That's some
Yeah,
audacity. That is some
yeah, we did it first.
audacity. He's copywriting a
And
podcast that already existed before he made the song.
yeah, he just does this. And I think like and what's
Yo.
really, really aggravating about that is that I think his subscriber count is like somewhere around 1,000.
Oh, so it's not even like a big channel.
Yeah, well, compared to us, it's a big
Well,
channel.
yeah, compared to us.
We're small. Yeah, well, we're small compared to him.
So he's picking on
That's just kind of
small
aggravating.
creators.
Yeah, that's really aggravating.
We were using that beat for like 2 years before that. That's wild to then say that it's yours. Wow. Now my gears are grinded even more. I thought that this song was gonna be like old. Like
No, it's
if you made
not.
the song in 2020, then yeah. I don't know when the beat was uploaded originally, but if you made the song in 2020, then yeah, we weren't doing the podcast yet. But if you only did the song last year, we were doing the podcast for 2 years before that. Oh man. Okay. I don't know how to end this segment. What's the call to action on this one? Pray for us. And that concludes our show for today. Take it with a grain of sand. Thank you for listening. And remember
to take it with a grain of sand.
Yeah, that.